In this video, we'll learn about keto diet and blood pressure. 1/3 of American adults suffer from high blood pressure. It is a serious health problem that can lead to heart attacks and strokes. Obviously, the higher the blood pressure, the greater the risk. Aging and obesity greatly increase the chances of developing high blood pressure. Blood pressure is usually treated with a variety of medications, some of which can have side effects. The best blood pressure is 120/80. High blood pressure is the result of hypertension, and the causes aren't always clear. But we live in an increasingly tense world, and more people are dealing with high blood pressure. It's a known fact that people suffering from high blood pressure frequently carry excess belly fat and can become at risk for type 2 diabetes. To get at the root of all these problems may require a change in lifestyle. The symptoms of high blood pressure can be caused by an overload of carbohydrates in the diet, more than the body is able to handle. As we've discussed, carbohydrates are converted into sugars, which raises the body's blood sugar level, forcing the body to create additional insulin. Insulin stores fat, and an excess of insulin can lead to obesity. All this can have a negative effect on your blood pressure. Consuming fewer carbohydrates decreases both the level of insulin and the blood pressure level. This simple dietary change can make a huge difference in your blood pressure. An interesting study released in the Archives of Internal Medicine, 146 overweight people took part in a weight loss experiment. The people were divided into two groups. One group was put on a ketogenic diet containing a maximum of 20 grams of carbohydrates, while the other group was given the weight loss drug Orlistat, in addition to being counseled to follow a low-fat regimen. Both groups showed similar weight loss. What surprised the researchers was that half of the keto group showed a decrease in blood pressure, while only 21% of the low-fat diet group had any decrease in blood pressure. While weight loss itself would bring about a lowering of blood pressure, the study suggests that a decrease in carbohydrate intake can help lower blood pressure even more. It was found that potassium specifically had a huge effect on lower hypertension. Doctors recommend at least 4,700 milligrams of potassium each day for anyone wishing to lower his or her blood pressure. Foods high in potassium are avocado, acorn squash, bananas, coconut water, dried apricots, pomegranates, salmon, spinach, sweet potato, white beans. While all these foods are permitted on the ketogenic diet, limit your intake of sweet potato and beans, which are starchy and can contain a high level of carbs. In this video, we'll discover what to eat on a keto diet. Some people associate the keto diet with the bad word fat and are quick to dismiss it. Nothing could be further from the truth. Fat is allowed because it's converted into energy. Our body needs healthy fats to thrive. Other foods on the diet could not be healthier. When you're eating ketogenic, you're filling your body with nutrition. Let's take a look at the foods you'll be eating. As this video course has already pointed out, the elimination of processed foods and sugar is one of the best things you can do for your health in general. Processed foods are filled with toxic preservatives that do nothing for you but rob you of your good health. Fresh is always better. When purchasing anything at the market, get into the habit of reading labels. They can be very sneaky and revealing. Keep your carbohydrates under 50 grams a day and you'll feel the difference. A stricter ketogenic diet will contain approximately 20 grams of carbs a day. Foods to eat on a ketogenic diet. 1. Seafood. Everybody knows about the healthful fatty acids, vitamins, and minerals in seafood. Very few of us eat enough. The keto diet encourages the consumption of all things from the sea. Shrimp and crabs are carb-free, and other shellfish contain only a low amount of carbohydrates. Fatty fish, such as salmon and sardines, are highly recommended because of their high omega fatty acid content. Fish truly is brain food. Enjoy at least 2 servings or more of seafood a week on the keto diet. Simple canned tuna counts as seafood. 2. Vegetables. Can a diet that recommends unlimited green leafy vegetables be anything but healthy? They are extremely low in carbohydrates and bursting with vitamins, antioxidants, and the fiber we need daily. Green vegetables such as broccoli, spinach, and kale are believed to decrease the risk of heart disease and cancer. Cauliflower and turnips can be prepared to look and taste like rice or mashed potatoes with much less starch and carbohydrates. Starchy vegetables such as potatoes or beets do have carbs and should be limited on the keto diet. 3. Dairy foods. There are cheeses to satisfy everyone's taste. They are high in fat content for energy, high in protein and calcium, and low in carbohydrates. Yogurt and cottage cheese are a great source of protein and calcium. They are low carb and fit well into the ketogenic lifestyle. Be sure to stick with plain yogurt, as the flavored types contain a lot of sugar, as are the so-called low-fat versions of yogurt. You can flavor yogurt and cottage cheese yourself with a few berries and nuts. 4. Avocados. Avocados are truly a superfood. They are high in important vitamins and minerals, including potassium. According to a study, avocados are also believed to help lower cholesterol by 22%. Loaded with nutrients and delicious taste, avocados only have 2 grams of net carbohydrates. Use them in salads and sandwiches. 5. Meat and poultry. The keto diet lets you eat plenty of meat. Meat contains very few carbs and is high in protein to help you build muscles. Whenever possible, choose healthy grass-fed meats, which are higher in fatty acids. 6. Eggs. Eggs are high in protein and contain a mere 1 gram of carbohydrates. As they are also inexpensive, they're ideal for anyone on a ketogenic diet. Eggs also make you feel full, thereby helping you eat less. Many people take pride in consuming only the whites of eggs, but the true nutrition lies in the yolk, so be sure to eat the egg in its entirety. 7. Coconut oil. Too many people are unfamiliar with coconut oil, another superfood. It is perfect for people dealing with diabetes and has been used with Alzheimer's patients. Coconut oil can be used in most recipes in place of butter or oil. You can also use it for frying and sautéing. 8. Dark chocolate. Did you know that dark chocolate has a high amount of antioxidants? As a matter of fact, dark chocolate is reaching superfood status. Chocolate with 80% or higher real cocoa powder can lower your blood pressure. An ounce of 80% dark chocolate contains 10 grams of carbohydrates, so it definitely counts as a healthy snack. Keep in mind, the lower of cocoa content, the less healthy the chocolate will be. Milk chocolate does not count as healthy chocolate. Foods to avoid on a ketogenic diet. The keto diet has a lot less restricted foods than many other diets. Sugar, of course, should be avoided. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy sweet desserts. There are many keto-friendly recipes that substitute unsweetened applesauce for sugar in baked goods. Substitute sweeteners such as stevia can also be used in moderation. Keep in mind that fruits are healthful, but they do contain a great deal of sugar, so limit the amount you eat to just a few slices a day. Fruit juices are concentrates that have vitamins but lack fiber, and their sugar content is extremely high. Read the label on any bottle of juice before buying. The best juices are green with just a hint of fruit for flavoring. Be careful with cereals. Most are packed with sugar and robbed of any nutrients. Many claim nutrition added, but all that means is that all the nutrition has been removed and they have returned a small amount. 100% bran cereal will fit into your keto diet, and you can sweeten it with a handful of berries. Just be sure to examine all the labels in the cereal aisle. This can be very tricky. Also, remember that honey, too, is a sugar. Totally omit white starches from your diet. They are nothing but empty calories. This includes white bread, pasta, and rice. Buy the whole grain version instead and enjoy in moderation. Legumes and beans are healthy for you, but they are high in carbohydrates. You can have them occasionally. Just make sure you keep it within your daily 20 to 50 carb gram count. Alcohols tend to be empty calories, but certain spirits will be better for you than others. Beer is filled with carbs and should be off your keto diet. The expression beer belly exists for a reason. Enjoy a glass of wine instead. Of course, there are variances in different types of wines. Dry wines contain a minimum amount of sugar, while sweet dessert wines contain much more. Pure alcohols such as whiskey and vodka are carb-free, but they do contain calories, so have a care. Mixing alcohol for fancy cocktails usually creates a haven for sugar, so avoid those. Wine coolers may be a tasty treat, but in reality, they're just sugary sodas with some added alcohol. They should definitely not be on your keto diet at any time. In this video, we'll learn how the keto diet works for weight loss. Many people confuse the ketogenic diet with low-carb diets or paleo diets. However, there are considerable differences of which you should be aware. Keto versus low-carb. A low-carb diet can be anything it wants to be as long as it is low in carbohydrates, and low is rarely defined. On a low-carb diet, you simply make random food choices that curb your carb intake arbitrarily. Since there's no real number, you might still be consuming too many carbs. Most importantly, what the low-carb diet lacks is that all-critical ketonic state that turns carbs into fats and provides your body with a new and effective source of fuel. This can leave you very hungry and tired. The ketogenic diet has a specific ratio of carbs to fats to protein. This manipulation is critical, and it's why a low-carb diet won't work as well, if at all. Keto versus paleo. The paleo is also a low-carb type diet. It's based on the assumption that eating the way our cavemen ancestors did, i.e. meat and no carbs, sugars, or grains, is the healthiest type of diet. There are problems with this reasoning. First, our ancestors never experienced the kind of diseases that we face. The ketogenic diet is specifically a healing diet that is meant to benefit the body in many ways and help prevent diseases. The paleo diet does not do that. Also, the paleo diet is based on eating meat instead of manipulating the ratio of fats, carbohydrates, and protein to achieve a ketonic state that uses fat as fuel. Ketogenic diet. Basically, ketogenic is low carb, but it's much more. There's a reason the ketogenic diet has become so popular. It helps improve your overall well-being in addition to helping you lose weight. You have more energy during the day and you feel sated and full, thereby reducing the cravings for unhealthy snacks. In essence, you're eating less, but better. That's what makes the keto diet so unique and successful. The ketogenic diet is not magic. It is a scientifically proven method that balances your body's fat intake to help you achieve optimal weight loss. By using fat instead of sugars as your primary source of energy, the keto diet induces a state of ketosis, which is achieved when your body stops receiving carbohydrates to turn into glucose. The fewer carbohydrates you consume, the more you force your body to burn fat for energy instead of storing it. That's why it's possible to lose weight so quickly on the keto diet. It counts carbohydrates instead of calories. Using fats as an additional energy source is what ketosis is all about. It's a natural state that helped our hunter-gatherer ancestors survive. They feasted on low-carb foods when they could and fasted when food was scarce. Fat was stored and converted into energy during the scarce times. The ketogenic state is a natural human state, which makes the ketogenic diet so powerful and successful. In addition to the benefits of the keto diet, most people simply enjoy the way it makes them feel better. Weight loss results on the keto diet differ among individuals depending on their specific body composition, but weight loss has been the consistent result of people who've been on the keto diet. The keto diet is known as the best weight loss diet as well as the healthiest. A 2017 study divided CrossFit training subjects into two groups, with both groups following the physical training, but only one group combined the ketogenic diet with the training. The results showed that those on the keto diet decreased their fat mass and weight far more than the other group. The keto diet group showed an average of 3.5 kilo weight loss, 2.6% of body fat, and 2.83 kilos in fat mass, while the other group lost no weight, body fat, or fat mass. Both groups showed similar athletic performance ability. A 2012 study divided overweight children and adolescents into two groups. One was put on a keto diet, the other put on a low-calorie diet. As in other keto studies, the children on the keto diet decreased their weight, fat mass, and lowered their insulin levels considerably more than the lower-calorie group. Besides more rapid weight loss, a decided advantage of the keto diet over a low-calorie diet is that people actually stick to the keto diet. A lower calorie diet will help you lose weight, but you may constantly be feeling hungry and deprived. That's the main reason most diets fail. Hunger and deprivation are not part of the ketogenic lifestyle. What is ketosis? As we stated earlier, the keto diet isn't magic, it's proven science. Ketosis is a natural occurrence that happens when you don't feed your body enough carbohydrates and it's forced to look for energy elsewhere. You have undoubtedly experienced ketosis when you've missed a meal or have exhausted your body with rigorous exercise. Whenever these things happen, your body helps you out by raising its level of ketones. However, most people eat enough sugar and carbs to keep ketosis from happening. We love our sugar and carbs, no matter how bad they are for us, and our bodies will happily use them as fuel. And since our bodies want to help us out, it turns any excess glucose into fat and stores it for future use. Stored fat translated into bigger and bigger sizes at the clothing shop. The more you restrict your carbohydrate consumption, the more your body will produce ketones. It really has no other options. When we restrict the amount of carbohydrates that we eat, our body will still provide us with energy, but it must turn to another source. And that alternate source is that fat that it has so thoughtfully stored for emergencies. The result is a state of ketosis. It happens when our body breaks down the fat into fatty acids and glycerol. Researchers have discovered most of what they know about ketosis from people who fast, thereby depriving them of all sources of energy. After 2 days of fasting, the body is starting to produce ketones and it breaks down the available protein and begins to use stored fat for fuel. Ketosis is the natural process the body goes through when deprived of other sources of energy. Obviously, going on a ketogenic diet is healthier than fasting. Ketogenic should become a lifestyle, not a quick weight loss method. One of the reasons it's so beneficial is that ketones offer protection against diseases and damages that can affect the body. We have already discussed how the keto diet is an excellent tool to prevent many diseases and maintain health and strength longer. Planning your keto meals will depend largely on your goals. Are you trying to lose weight, or are you on the keto diet to alleviate the symptoms of some disease? The average keto diet will consist of 4 meals per day with a total of 100 grams of protein, 20 to 50 grams of carbohydrates, and 140 to 160 grams of fat. This can, of course, be adjusted to your personal needs. For example, if you're on a keto diet to improve cognitive functions, you may want to raise your fat intake to 90 grams a day for optimal results. Benefits of intermittent fasting on keto. The science behind the ketogenic diet is that the body burns fat when deprived of other sources of fuel. Intermittent fasting is a deliberate deprivation of food and takes the concept a step further. We're not talking long-term fasting. Intermittent fasting while on a keto diet means having 2 meals a day or fasting for 1 day a week. The fasting time gives the body a chance to rest and rid itself of toxins. It provides an extra boost to the weight loss benefits of keto, and it's a great way to jumpstart the diet. For weight loss, the keto diet combined with intermittent fasting will help you reach your goal faster and easier. In this video, we'll discuss how to get started on the keto diet. Congratulations! You're ready for a new and improved you. There are so many wonderful benefits to the ketogenic diet, you can expect many positive changes, both physical and mental. So let's not delay and get the journey started. Clear your pantry. We're sure you have plenty of willpower, but there's no need to confront a kitchen filled with tempting sugars and carbohydrates. Make a clean sweep and pack the offending items in a box, then donate the loot to a needy neighbor or a soup kitchen. They will appreciate your gesture, and you are on your way to a keto lifestyle. If you have a family, try to get them involved, and if they refuse to refrain from eating carbs and sugar, at least insist they do so away from home. It's a fair request. Weigh yourself. The keto diet does not require you to live by the tyranny of the scale. As a matter of fact, as you build up healthy muscles, you might notice a slight initial gain. That's great, so don't worry. You should, however, have an idea of what your starting point is. If you opted for the keto diet solely to lose weight, you'll be able to track your progress. But don't become a slave to the scale. The occasional weigh-in, perhaps once a week, is enough. What about your favorite meals? Perhaps the very thought of giving up your favorite foods has prevented you from getting started on the keto way of life. Relax. The truth is, for every dish that you love and can't live without, yes, that includes cheesecake and mashed potatoes, you can easily find a low-carb substitute that's just as tasty. First, let's consider items at your market labeled low carbohydrate. Labels are frustratingly deceiving, and you'd have to be a nutritional expert to understand them. All too frequently, off-the-shelf low-carb products have simply substituted sugars for carbs. So don't fall for that bit of deceit. You need to learn to read labels with the diligence that you'd read your wealthy uncle's will. But your best bet is to stay away from all these products and simply find healthier substitutes. Same goes for anything labeled low-fat, which inevitably means added sugars. Craving a taco? Use a lettuce wrap instead of a taco shell. You want rice or mashed potatoes? Grate or rice a cauliflower, and you won't be able to tell the difference. Can't give up your favorite pasta dish? Turn a zucchini into zoodles by slicing it or using a spiral cutter and enjoy your pasta. You absolutely have to have your favorite dessert? On the keto diet, you can. Just bake it with almond flour and use unsweetened applesauce and/or avocado to create some sweet smoothness. Learn about coconut oil, which can be used as a butter substitute in sautéing, frying, and baking. Coconut oil has incredible health benefits, especially for type 2 diabetes. On the keto diet, you'll be able to enjoy all your favorite meals, only better. Always stay hydrated. Keto diet tends to lower your insulin level, so your kidneys may be excreting more liquid than usual. Be sure to drink plenty of water. Condiments can be the enemy. Don't assume condiments don't count on a diet. On the keto diet, they most certainly do. Ketchup is filled with sugar. Not all salad dressings are equal. Read the label. And never opt for the fat-free version. They have merely substituted sugar for fat. Ordering salads when eating out is one of your best options, but beware of the dressing that restaurant serves. Either ask about the ingredients or better, bring your own salad dressing. Don't hesitate to do that, even in a posh eatery where the maitre d' might become spastic at the sight of you pulling salad dressing out of your bag. Explain to the server without apologies that you have a special dietary need and you will be using your own. Thank you very much. No further explanation is required. Keep track of your ketone level. It's especially important to remain aware of how your body is responding to the keto diet at the start of the diet, and you could do so by a simple urine test. You can also purchase a blood ketone meter. Test early in the morning before your exercise has the opportunity to fluctuate your ketone level. Friends and family can be annoying, bless their hearts. Those nearest and dearest to you may not always understand what you are doing. When eating as a group, they may put subtle pressure on you to just try a bite, or one slice of cake won't kill you, or worse, but I cooked it especially for you. It will take resolve to stick to your diet. It may help to fill up on keto-friendly snacks before you sit down and eat. Enjoy some nuts, an avocado, or just a leg of chicken before you eat, and you will be less tempted. Celebrate. Celebratory occasions, especially if you're the guest of honor, can be a huge hurdle. When the gang at the office or your parents enter a room with a cake yelling, "Surprise!" on your birthday, it's hard to refuse, so try being a bit sneaky instead. By all means, gush over the offering. You're expected to do that. You can even help cut slices, then discover a sudden and irresistible urge for coffee, which you verbalize loudly and clearly. Gently remove yourself from the center of activity to get coffee for yourself and anyone else. By the time anyone notices, hopefully they've missed the fact that you haven't eaten anything. Traveling. Traveling while on the keto diet can be a challenge, so be prepared. Pack a personal blender with some avocados and bananas for a few quick and healthful smoothies. Pack some anchovies or tuna for protein. Eating out. Eating out isn't as difficult as you may think. Even fast food places have salads these days. In any restaurant, stick to meat and vegetables and forgo the potatoes and noodles. You can even navigate the tricky maze in a Chinese restaurant. While abstaining from rice, you can enjoy the following: clear soups, steamed fish with vegetables, egg foo young, stir-fried dishes, mushu without the wrappers are just a few suggestions. Ask your server if your meal can be prepared without the cornstarch that's frequently used as a thickener. Even if you end up in a fast food place that doesn't have a salad, simply toss the buns from your burger and just eat the meat. You can do the same at a friend's house or at a barbecue. Exercise. Keto diet will build muscle mass and give you added energy. Don't forget to incorporate exercise into your daily routine. It could be as simple as walking more, taking the stairs, or joining a gym. How long should I stay on a ketogenic diet? Well, the amount of time you spend on the diet can vary and should be discussed with your doctor. Many people who use the ketogenic diet for weight loss remain on the diet for several weeks until they've achieved a goal, and then they turn to a paleo diet or other maintenance eating. We have listed several options in the conclusion of this video course. You do not want to lose weight only to return to your old eating habits. If you are on the ketogenic diet for medical or therapeutic reasons, check with your doctor to ascertain if you should remain on the diet for a longer period of time.